Escape the prison world, looking for a way to escape Heldia and the demon's grasp. My name's Kane and welcome back to the home of Switch Gaming. After a rather low-key entrance to the game, kind of like a tutorial, we find ourselves in the main hub that you will be coming back to time and time again after you die. And with the upgrade orb, where you can upgrade your character's defense, offense, and other attributes, including unlocking other characters, all within a tiered kind of unlocking system, most of which give you the ability to unlock artifacts, or at least to have them built by this chappy over here. So you can then spend different items to unlock these abilities and the like as artifacts that you can then get from books dropped and found during game runs. And then we have our heroes that we can unlock. As I said before, you unlock them from the orb. And then let's head over to the transporter pillar, which does a grand job of transporting us all around this world as we go along. So let's jump into the main game. Top left we have our health. The bottom of the screen is your, powers, abilities, which some have cooldowns and some don't, and your stats, and some of these have key mappings to them, so you never truly are lost or forget what you're doing, and just really helps you get into the swing of things a little bit faster. And then there's the character screen on top of all of this that you can access with the minus button at any time during the game. And this is used to gain extra powers as well as the ones of before, and you can kind of like swap and choose which ones you want to use. You can't use all at the same time though. As you unlock them, you suddenly realize that you can actually change your gaming style using these, which is pretty darn cool. Also kind of helps the game not go kind of stale, as well as you can tweak things in and out on the fly. I found all of this, pretty impressive and quite in-depth stuff as you actually go along more and more. And so let's look at the actual gameplay, shall we? This game basically is a hoarder's wet dream, and it seems everything that can be killed, destroyed, will yield some sort of reward, such as books to summon your artifacts, ingredients to, make the artifacts, and importantly, those like coinage things that you can get to upgrade your character. There seems to be a good variety of creatures and items that I never really felt bored in that area of the game, although the levels seem a little samey. But I will say that I did like the art style. It's kind of like retro, old schoolish. That kind of made me feel somehow pleased with the whole experience, with little touches here and there that make it feel alive, even if that alive sometimes attacks you with projectiles from walls. And then there are the NPCs like Richie the Rat that pops up to lend you a hand in the way of a little bit of advice here and a little bit of help there. And then there are others out there that, they'll help you, sure, for a price, cha-ching. And the level bosses felt different and kind of funnish here and there, and kind of entertaining as you would expect a boss to be, but some of them just came down to just trying to like move, bash, but there were some actually nice touches to the actual mechanics in some of them. I'll let you find that out yourself. If I really had one complaint about this game, and that was that every time you died, you went back, you spent your hard-earned loot, but then you had to go back and start again and then grind all the way through it. I mean, it's not a game breaker at all, because after a while you end up being able to speed through quite quickly, but it was still a bit of a ball ache right at the beginning of the game. Also, the amount of time it takes to save and unlock extra characters, as in save up your hard-earned cash, unlock before you can unlock the characters, and then unlock the characters, was quite a big undertaking within itself, and I felt maybe a little bit too harsh. That said, regarding having to start again all the time, after you actually get back to where you were before, you do have a sense of being kind of a badass, although once you actually play the new parts they knock you down a peg or two, but it's still good and I never really got bored playing it. As for the sound, well, I felt it was good, and the music kind of had that feeling like it was in the correct place and kind of the correct choice to what was going on screen, and all the other sounds feeling like, well, they were in the right and correct places. And so let's get on with a bit of scoring here. I score games out of 5, and I'm going to give AzureBreak Heroes a whopping great 4 out of 5. Now remember, this is my own score and this is how I feel about the game, and I do have to say I enjoyed playing this game, and with each playthrough starting with the feeling you're made of paper to later, after all, the pickups and artifacts and all that, you end up feeling like you're made out of steel. I mean, honestly, you do feel really good and badass later on in the game. And I do highly recommend this game to all those people that love to go and hoard loot, and especially if you enjoy spending said loot on making your characters badass. Now, I would ask you to leave a comment below, especially if you've bought this or you're actually thinking of buying this. Let me know what you think of the actual game, or even the video if you like. And hitting that like and subscribe button will also do me a huge favour, and thank you to all my new subscribers as well. You really help me out. And remember, life is always better when we all switch together.